Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The people that I'm going to present today, as well as my presentation with my colleague here, that is Siti Sukor, entitled Knowledge Management and Technology Management, the use of YouTube among preschool teachers. That is the title of our paper that we're going to present. Okay, now, first of all, let's take a look at what the study is about. Yeah, so the study concerns with how preschool teachers use a platform that is YouTube in their teaching and learning. So as you can see that one of the themes in this conference is that knowledge management. So this topic, or the paper that I am going to present to you, is concerned with how we manage knowledge. Okay, and of course in this manner, how are we going to manage, or how we are going to take a look at how preschool teachers manage their knowledge here when they use YouTube in their when they use YouTube in teaching and learning. Okay, so basically that will be it. Yeah, so now that is just the introduction of what this topic or this study is about. Okay, now we will take a look at how the knowledge here is transferred, whether it is explicitly or implicitly, with regards to imparting knowledge to the preschoolers. Yeah, so basically this is the main thing that the study is about. Okay, now let's move on to the next matter in this presentation. Now we're going to look at the methodology that is used in this research. So mainly the research is of qualitative data inquiry, where we conducted semi-structured interview, engaging or in finding the answers to the research question, that is to know how YouTube is used for teaching and learning among the preschool teachers. Now, for this particular research here, it involved 23 preschool teachers who are teaching in Pekan, Kuantan, and the Merlu. So in terms of validity and reliability, and they will both carry out in such a way that validity, we assign a lecturer from UMP to check the contents of the interview items before we conduct the interview. Yeah, so for reliability, we have a peer review session where all the interview were read, and we assign another lecturer from a Center for Modern Languages to go through all the transcripts. So this is reliability is about. And of course, when we want to report findings, we are actually we report using themes. Yeah, right. So now let's take a look at the results of the study, and of course this is the themes that I talk about. Now, theme 1, we found that YouTube consolidates teaching and learning. So YouTube's consolidate, meaning to say that YouTube supports teaching and learning in this context. Yeah, so and also for result number 1, we found that okay, so YouTube is used in such a way that teachers are able to use YouTube for 30 minutes, and students were able to watch the appropriate videos that are videos that are selected by the teachers. Yeah, so theme number 2, we found that use of YouTube for educational songs. So mainly YouTube is used for educational songs, where teachers use YouTube to make students learn dua, okay, to understand pillars of Islam. Those are the things that the teachers use YouTube for. Right. Now we continue with the number 2, whereby, as you can see here, that okay, is for educational songs, and especially when you are teaching 4-year-old student, yeah, they will be able to learn educational songs when teachers select appropriate songs to be taught to the students. Okay, so they will be learning ABC, and at the same time they learned ABC through singing. So this is very important, especially among the children who are very at the early stage of literacy. Yeah, right. So again, for theme number 2, we found that some of the songs, yeah, teacher 5 for instance, stated that some of the songs are paid songs, okay, that they found in YouTube, but some are not paid. So for whatever reason, whether it is paid or not paid, they use YouTube because they found that it is relevant for them, or it is important for them, yeah. And for theme 3, we found that the use of YouTube actually enable preschool teachers to improvise their teacher-made songs. Yeah, so they use YouTube as well. They are more, for instance, they adapted the songs that were in YouTube and they adapted the songs that they create, yeah, or they compose. Yeah. Right. Another thing with regards to this is that there was teachers who don't use YouTube simply because the resources are available in the modules or in the materials that they are using, so they don't have to use YouTube. Right. Now I conclude the presentation with this remark in such a way that, the study or the use of technology has really improvised the way preschool teachers manage their knowledge, and it is very good in terms of helping students to develop their literacy. Yeah. Last but not least, I would like to acknowledge that this study is supported by FRGS research, FRGS under RDU number 190188. With that, I thank you for listening.